Owning a hotel isn't glamorous, and here's why. There's 3 bar stools, but I don't know, there could be 4 people. Should we get another bar stool? Welcome back to Josh Uncut. Today we're going to dive in to show you the less glamorous parts of owning a hotel. I woke up this morning, room 8 shower is not working. We need the builder there to fix it immediately. We're opening up an apartment around the back, converting the old owner's living space, and the Wi-Fi is not working. The builders aren't finished. He's still going around touching up with paint. A few guests complaining that the rooms are too hot because it's like 28 degrees in Edinburgh, and I'm struggling to buy a fan for love nor money. And today, Knockin's on holiday and Ellis is on holiday, so it's just me. We're having to spend money. As business owners, we have to be really careful what we spend money on all the time, otherwise as your revenue grows, your costs grow as well. I like to think be frugal with expenses so you can be generous with investment. If we had an endless budget, you know, we'd have a hotel looking like the Savoy, but we don't, and we have a certain price point that our customers will pay for the style that we have at the hotel. We go off to the shops to buy some fans, could buy a Dyson air blade for £250. That would be an absolute waste of useful cash. We'll probably buy something £30 to £40. Everything you buy, you have to keep in mind, are you just spending needless amounts of money? It's a great example. That was my project manager on the phone, and we've just realised we've only got 3 bar stools. We just started this 2 weeks ago, so we've turned it from nothing to an apartment in 2 weeks. We've done well, but now we're going to add bar stools to the shopping list. We've got fans here, £550 out of my budget. And we have a fan thanks to the cameraman because the very helpful, very unhelpful staff upstairs just said we sold out. This was lying at the door after I got the fire stick for the guests. So we'll have 1 happy guest now. We're just waiting in the Argos queue here for a wee bar stool. This is the non-glamorous part, struggling with all of it. Oh.
Let me up.
Oh, luckily I've got a good cameraman. Doesn't even fit. Back seats it is. So I mean, what we've just spent there, we've just spent like £150. We're still going to get some key cuts. We'll probably be at £200 by the end of today. For some rooms that's like one night that you've just lost in revenue. So it's these small things that constantly add up. Now you can have a good week and you'll spend nothing on fixtures, fittings, repairs and renewals, and then you can have a bad week and it's going to cost you thousands, which could wipe out your profit for that week. Like today the builder's in doing an emergency repair, installing a new shower. I don't know what that's going to cost, but it needs fixed now. I'm running about doing all this stuff, not the best use of my time if I'm being perfectly honest, but you know, 2 weeks ago I had some mad notion to add this apartment. It wasn't a room, it had the skeleton of the room, but we had to do some work. I got a builder involved and got him to go quite quickly. We've recarpeted the place, we've painted the place, all new furniture, got rid of the old furniture, garden seating furniture, set up on all the listings to promote it, created guest check-in guides, all whilst running the business and other businesses within 2 weeks. It's a real quick turnaround what we've done, and there's just a few bits that I've not foreseen in that short time I've allowed to actually plan and implement. So although I've lost a day doing this, we've got about an extra 4 weeks worth of revenue. We could have allowed ourselves 6 weeks to get this all up and running, and I wouldn't have been doing this today, but we would have lost 4 weeks worth of revenue. So you know, as entrepreneurs we always want to do more and create more, and I seen my opportunity in the apartment and we just went for it. One of my biggest philosophies is business is about good relationships, not good transactions. This is a perfect example. Called my builder at 7 o'clock this morning. The shower's not working in room 8, can you get it fixed? He was there by 8:30, 9 o'clock. If you're out getting prices and you're always haggling for the cheapest price, always beating people down on the price, yes, you can do it and you will get somebody on that, but you're never going to develop that relationship. Me and my builder David, we were going to work on projects for a long time together. When we need somebody in an emergency, he's there. That's way more important than getting a better price. So you might think a broken shower is just going to cost 50 quid to repair, but it's the other damage it causes as well. It could lead to a 1-star review. Some guests would go crazy if the shower not working. I only know that because it's happened to me. A small operational problem can snowball to become a reputation destruction, could snowball into even bigger costs. An army marches on its stomach. Please note this is not a business expense. You know, one thing that wows your customers is when you give them something they're not expecting. In the gardening business, we give them a mug full of sweeties at the end of the job. In the hotel, I'm going to put Tunnet's tea cakes in the room for arrival. A wee taste of Scotland. They're not expecting it, and it just sets the expectation for the whole stay by one small touch. Costs pennies to do. As a side note, we need to get an account set up at a cash and carry and get all this delivered regularly. But to get started, something's better than nothing. Keys at Timson's. Yes, the Wi-Fi. The booster requires a DC-10 cable. The light was flashing blue.
Right, okay.
Where are you just now? You're in the lobby. I'll phone David, he's the builder. I think he's in the house.
No, I'm just on my way back. I have to come away and get something.
Okay, that's fine. Just the Wi-Fi guys there, but I'll phone him back. So, you know, people always watch for the glossy, fancy entrepreneur lifestyle on Instagram. That's not the reality. The reality is you've got a guest coming at 3 p.m. and you're running around at 2 p.m. picking up hair dryers and soap and all the stuff to make it happen. The Wi-Fi not working, that needs fixed. It'd be World War III if the Wi-Fi wasn't working for this guest. Most people think, oh, you'll just be watching the cash flow into the bank, lucky you, but the reality is that's not what happens, and you'll get phone calls at midnight because the guest can't find the soap for the shower. They're very unhappy that it's your fault that the shower's not idiot-proof enough for them. And it's now my job to make it a bit simpler for them to understand. I also woke up to a very upset girlfriend after the phone kept ping, 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 ping. That's the life of a busy entrepreneur. It's now my job to try and make it a bit more fail-safe, and we avoid those phone calls at midnight. So if you're setting up a business, then it's important to set your expectations against the reality of what's going to happen. Before I overtook this, I was not expecting to be running around Edinburgh on a Friday afternoon picking up all these bits and bobs, but I am. But also that was on my own doing, because if we never set up this apartment and just ran the building as it is, I would not have any of these calls and I would be sitting on a nice beach down in Gullen at this point. See, entrepreneurs, very resourceful people. Most people would make 10 trips back to the car for this. We've used the box of the chair to put all the other boxes on top. And the poor cameraman Will's having to do this with one hand so we can make the video. But yes, entrepreneurs, very resourceful. Time is money. So we're quite easily spent up to £300 today. None of that was on today's to-do list, so that means today's to-do list is now tomorrow's to-do list, and maybe even Sunday. These unexpected things come up throughout your week, just extend your week. So I hope it's been an insight into the life of our hotel. Please leave your comments in the comments below, like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.